I've wanted to meet you for so long now, Mom.
A young Naruto was running down the streets. Why was he running? A simple answer. He was being chased now for other kids. This may seem strange or even terrifying. However, for young Naruto, this was a weekly occurrence. While it used to be a weekly occurrence, years lately it's been more of a daily occurrence. Naruto looked up onto nearby roof. He expected to see those Max ninjas that were usually following him. When this happened, however, much to his distress, here was no one there. He sighed and looked at the path he was currently running down. However, he saw a few more villagers cut off his path, forcing him to make a sharp turn down the nearest alleyway. Maybe I should just give up. I mean, they've been at this all day, and something tells me they aren't going to give up anytime soon. He then thought at to exiting the alleyway and made a few sharp turns into the other alleyway. When he did, he saw he was at the dead end. He then heard a footstep of a villager that were behind him and looked around for any he could use. He found only a single object in the alleyway, and that object had a privilege of being a trash can. The blonde sighed and looked at it. He thought about it for only a second before he had it soiled on the ground. When he heard this, he wasted no time in jumping into it. When he did, he grabbed the lid to the trash can and put it on top of it. He grinned as he smelled some of what was around him. He then felt all of his muscles freeze as he heard a voice speak. Damn it. Looked like he slippery bastard got away from us again. He heard a male voice. Let's hurry up and find him. He could have gotten far. He heard other male voices. When he did, he raised the lid slowly and quietly as to not alert them that he was there. He then made a small hole barely large enough for him to see of and looked at the villagers. Well, what are we waiting for? We only have 2 more days before the Hokage gets back from a summit. We heard another villager say, looking at one of the other from before. They all then left the alleyway. However, when they did, Naruto waited a little bit before coming out of his hiding spot. When he did, he looked around and started to run to his house. Surely he'd be safe there, right? As he made his way to his house, he started to notice that the streets started to get less and less crowded. However, he soon saw why. He reached to his apartment. When he saw the scene that lay before him, his eyes almost immediately widened. His apartment, the only place that he had to live, had a large flame erupting from the window. He also saw several other flames in different spots as well. Hey, there he is. He heard someone yell. He had been so corrupted trying to process what he was seeing. he had realized that he was staring at his own apartment that did have several other people in front of it. People which hated him, most likely want to hurt him. When he turned to locate the sources of the voice, he saw that there were several people running towards him. He on instinct started to run. Luckily for him, there wasn't that many actually chasing him this time. As he was running, he unknowledge made his way to the park. While he was running, he ran by the lake and saw an island in the middle of it. He had never actually been there, but he had always been curious as to what it looks like. He then once heard the all too familiar sounds of running behind him. When he did, he jumped into the water. When he did, he began to swim to the center of the lake, eventually making his way to a small island. When he got there, he saw that there wasn't really much to it. Much to it. A, a tree and some glass. That was about all there was to it. Really, he was walking over to the tree and looked at the night sky. I don't understand it, Naruto said. Looking up to the sky, I don't understand why they always go after me. And what did I ever do to them? I mean, sure, I play a few pranks here and there, but I didn't think they burned my house down, Naruto said as he looked up to the sky, then slowly closed his eyes and tired to sleep. The night wind made a bit of difficult to do that with a chill him to the bone. Every time it crossed over his body that and the fact his clothes were still wet from where he had to cross the lake at night made him extremely difficult for the young 6-year-old to sleep. He then felt something grab a hold of his t-shirt. When he felt this, his eye almost instantly shot open, and what he saw almost made him tear drop. He saw a man with whitish gray hair and green eyes. Finally found you, he said, picking him up by the collar of his t-shirt. Mitsuki Sensei, Naruto asked, looking at the male confusion. Evidence in his voice. Yes, Naruto, now it's time to go, the male said, tracking him under his arm. Before he went off into the town, Naruto was genuinely confused by this. Mitsuki had always been nice to him. However, he soon remembered that everyone else was also trying to get him to. Oh, so you hate me too, Naruto asked, looking at the roof that he passed along the way. The fact that the male was quiet only further proves his point. However, Mitsuki suddenly came to a stop and went to the edge of the roof. Have fun, kid, the male said, holding Naruto off the ground by the back of his t-shirt. He then dropped the young male off the building, making him land with the soil thud against the ground. When he did hit the ground, the grunt in pain and slowly tried to get up. When he did, he found that his legs was in massive pain. Then he looked down at his legs to see that it was red and it was swelling up. The days I will be able to post are Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.